Joe Mihalich, I think of somebody who's a great husband, a great father, a great grandfather. I don't know that I can limit it to three things.
Incredibly loyal to family, friends, colleagues, very dedicated to his faith, and commitment to his profession is unbelievable.
For me personally, he's the type of guy that he'll take the clothes off of his back and give it to you if you need it. He's always going to be there to look out for you. He's that kind of person that once he loves you, he loves hard.
Not everybody gets to call him dad, and that's what he is. I think dad is it's a friend, not a pal. It's somebody. It's a teacher.
My dad is the sturdiest character of anyone I've ever met, and I hope to be as determined and resolute about anything ever, let alone the things that have brought such joy and fulfillment in his life. So with family and sports and coaching, his unwavering strength and determination and pouring his soul in it has made all those things his legacy.
But he coaches everybody fairly, whether you're the best player on the team or whether you're the worst player on the team. He coaches you hard on the floor, and then he loves you hard off the court. And I think that speaks to who he is as a human, not just as a basketball coach. I think he treats people fair. He treats people the same way, whether you're, no matter what strata of your life you're in, man, he treats you fair. He treats you right. And I think his care for people, no matter who they are, I think that goes a long way.
He will say when he hears this, he'll laugh. It's not about the X's and the O's, it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And he's not all about teaching these kids about basketball. It's about getting them prepared for life and understanding what drives them and what motivates them. So he's a great basketball coach, but he's a great motivator as well.
That type of way. So Joe pushed me to a different level that made me the person that I am. So he touched my heart in different ways. And even being a father, when I became a father when I was at school, Coach Joe used to talk to me about being a dad and being there for your family, what's important in life, and those things he gave to me, and I'm very thankful for that.
I mean, the basketball stuff was a great experience. It's helping me as a coach right now, but I say, the life lessons, you always say how you live your life off the court is how you'll live your life on the court. And that always stuck with me, right? Like, so when I talk to my kids, it's always how you doing in the classroom, how you doing in the community, and if they doing all the right things, it's amazing how things work out. I'm living proof to it, right? Like, I try to be the best person that I can be, and things just worked out for me on the basketball court.
Joe's always embraced the LaSalle mission, where the priorities are relationships, academic excellence, athletic excellence, inclusion, service. And I think as a teacher and a coach, Joe has practiced these values every day of his life.
I was asked to do something different this year at LaSalle University, and when they asked me to do it, and that is coaching basketball, I said to them, I will do it sort of under one condition, that I can bring my friend and great coach Joe Mihalich with me. I don't know that I want to do this without him, and because it is a daunting task, a very challenging job for us to do, but I think with Joe by my side, I felt much more comfortable. And then that's pretty much a microcosm of how he makes you feel, and it's not just me. I think he has that effect on so many others.
There was a time shortly after he had a stroke that we were spending a lot of time as a family. We would go and spend a few days together until things got into a rhythm. And at one point during the early stages of his recovery, we were having dinner, and we said grace before our meal, and he was still regaining the use of his right hand, and he worked a little bit harder than usual to get his hand to bless himself. And that was at a time where I think we all needed a little bit more faith. And instead of feeling sorry for himself or being outwardly frustrated, I know it was a really small moment, but when I saw him try a little bit harder to bless himself in a time where people's faith may have taken a hit, he was working. It was a small way in which he showed that he was working even harder to be a man of faith.
I keep saying that he's a man of accomplishment in terms of the 408 wins, but he's also been living the LaSalle mission his whole career. So I think the combination of those two is what his greatest accomplishment has been.
I want to say this, Coach Joe, I love you. I appreciate everything you've done for me. You deserve this. You're the best. I don't think there's anybody else that's more deserving of this than you. Continue to impact people the way you did me. I appreciate you so much, Coach Joe. You don't understand. I love you forever. Thank you.
Just congratulations to Joe, to his immediate family, and to our whole family. We're just so happy to be a part of this. Whenever a school and a community like the LaSalle community recognizes you, it's just an honor, and it's a great thing, and it's just something that the entire family will cherish forever. It'll always be in our hearts forever, as we say.